What's going on, everybody? Today is episode 23 of the OSA journey of being an athlete again. In this series, I'm just trying to get as athletic as I can, sprinting, jumping, lifting heavy. Already since the summer, we're doing more sprints and jumping a whole lot more, intensifying these workouts. I already see a big difference or feel a big difference in my body. So I'm very excited about that part. And I'm just going to keep ramping it up, attacking. Doing it right, though, 4 weeks of training. 4th week's always going to be deload week. I take care of the body. Before we get into the episode, go check out my boy Terrell Horton on Instagram @_OhNo_SetGo! Like I've said in the past, he's the instrumental music for my content, does amazing work. Go check him out, and let's get right into the video. All right, so for day one, I got in my warm-up here, just my dynamic warm-up, time-lapse. You can find this on YouTube. It's its own separate video. Just, making sure the body feels right before we get into the athletic movements. I got into 6 hill sprints. So, 3 with the right, 3 with the left, working on that knee drive, staying, leaning, pushing through the ground, trying to work on that acceleration, work on that power. These actually felt pretty good. Just like I said, it was 3. I start with the right leg forward, start with the left leg forward, 3 each. Just drive all the way up the hill. And then right when I get to the top is when you see me start to slow down. But, I'm pushing myself the entire way up, not trying to cheat. Then I got in 4 rounds of broad jumps going up the hill. So just broad jumps going up the entire way, trying to be powerful, explosive. Get that shin angle as low to the ground as I can. So what I mean by that is that shin angle. So as I go to jump, I'm trying to lower my knees and increase that shin angle, or get that shin closer to the ground so then I can jump out as far as I can. This is a great exercise to work on that acceleration and just work on that power in general. I got 4 rounds in. I'll just stay quiet for the last 2, just let the music play. Alright, so I got into the OSA facility. I had deadlift 3x3 80%. This was 295 with the hex bar. This was feeling pretty light. I felt good here with the 3x3. Then went into 2x3, went down to 40%, which was 155. Trying to accelerate with the weight as fast as I can. This is that concentric part of the muscle action. Then went into heavy, 5 sets, 4 reps. Went up a little, elevated it up higher off the ground. This was 365, which was my 1 rep max. Then went inside, got in the bent over rows. This was 4x6, 105. So 4 sets, 6 reps, 105. Then got in pull-ups, 4 sets, 6 reps. Trying to get all the way down, all the way up. It's a little awkward here in my parents' basement, just with the ceiling. I then got in a high cable row. So this one didn't look as good as I'd like, just because my dad down in the basement, because I'm over at my parents', which is where the OSA facility is, he doesn't have a handle, so I had to use this grip here. Next week I do it at my house, and you'll be able to tell, or you'll see the difference with the handles. And that was 4x6 each, and that was 60 pounds. I then went in and got the weighted hyper extensions. This was 3 sets, 20 reps. I'm using a 25-pound plate here. Again, little different setup here. My house, I can get my feet further back and get more of a activation with the lower back. Then got in my day 2 of speed movement, working on my lateral push here, out to the side. I did 2 rounds in 1 clip. 2 rounds was 1 round just because I only had the 4 hurdles, so I wanted to get more work in. Trying to push out as hard as I can and as fast as I can. Don't want to get stuck in the ground. I then, this was round 2. You can see Asher's getting in the way, just wants to play. Got him out there with my movement. Feeling pretty good here. I was warmed up. Again, I didn't film the dynamic warm up as you've seen it, or you go find it on YouTube. boom, accelerate or push out. So now I did some hurdle hop or lateral hurdles, sprint, a curve there. Now I went the other way, trying to get low, stay low to the ground. Again, this is the area that I know I need to grow in. I did 2 each way. Asher's pushing me, trying not to let him get him, so he's pushing me to go faster because I can't let him get me. Got me right there. All right, then instead of the hurdles, I did a shuffle into a sprint. So shuffle, 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 half curve with that sprint. Went 2 each way, so this is the second one. Again, everything's starting to feel better, especially now that I'm moving more. Now I went the opposite way, so this was left. This is my second round of left. Yep, drive, push, 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 sprint. Man, those feel pretty good. Then I did 2, no shuffle, just going right into a curve linear sprint here. 2 each way, just flying through them, showing you that I'm getting the movement in. Last one. Yep, you see those arm pumping at the shoulder. All right, and then I got in some lateral hops, went down and back for a round, and I did 2 rounds of these. So here's the second round. You know, I'd like my feet a little wider, good athletic base, but again, I'm just flying through them, working on that power, working on the explosion. Then just straight forward, you know, knee or jump over, 2 rounds, stick the landing at the end. Before I got into bench, I did my supinated grip here, or supinated hold, where I'm trying to point those thumbs down, warming up the rotator cuff. Went into bench, 3x3, 80%. This is 180 pounds. Moving it much better than I did previously. Then again, 2 sets, 3 reps, went to 40%, which was 95 pounds, trying to push that weight as fast as I can. Then 5x4, this was the big board, about a 6.5-inch board here. This was 225, which is my max. So if I'm doing that on the big board next week, go down, same weight. Incline dumbbell press, 4 sets, 6 reps. I didn't do the neutral grip this time. I did the regular pronated grip, which was 45 pounds here. Then went to alternating dumbbell bench press, 4x6 each arm, 60 pounds here each arm. What this does is forces that shoulder to stabilize while the other arm is benching the weight. Then went into dips. This was 4 rounds, 6 reps. I did a 45-pound plate here. I ended up extending my feet out here at the end, and I felt that a lot more because now it's a lot more on the shoulders and the triceps. Then I had the knees to bow. This was 3 sets, 20 reps. I had to get 20 here. You know, just trying to get the feet up to the ceiling, or to the pull-up bar. I'm allowed to bend my legs. Just got to get 20 of them. This was killer. I felt this. I actually did 20 for all the first round, and then I actually had to break it into 10. So then I did 4 more sets, but it was 10 each time. I gave myself a little break in between because this was killer, hoping to not have to stop as much. Then for day 3, I got in some pickleball for my movement before I went into my lifting. So these are just a few clips of pickleball. You know, just working on the hand-eye coordination, working on that more of that lateral movement, side to side. Just trying to get as athletic as I can. You know, there's some clips on here where I didn't do too hot. You know, like not there, but you know, there's some that I just didn't get it over, and was a little disappointed in myself. But that's that competitive edge I have, just trying to compete, better myself in everything I do. And just obviously I want to win. It is just free play, so it's not that serious, but I'm more disappointed at myself, at, you know, the mess ups. And I'll just let the clips play and let the music play. 3 main lift was front squat, 3 sets, 3 reps, 80% here, pushing 175. This is that exercise I've said I'm definitely feeling the biggest improvement in. Then 2 sets, 3 reps, 85 pounds. This is that 40%, trying to explode up as fast as I can, just focusing on the concentric or the up portion of the motion or the exercise. This was the overload, 4 sets, 5 sets, 4 reps, 245 here. So I was doing 225, now I'm pushing 245 for the quarter squat. Then I went into elevated reverse lunge, 4 sets, 6 reps each leg. I pushed the 70s here. This was, you know, I was dead. This was killer here, you know, definitely feeling it in my quads. Then I don't have heavy dumbbells here at the house, so I did a dumbbell swing, 4 sets, 6 reps, and that was with the 60 pound weight. And then I went into a Swiss ball leg curl, so just curling the ball here, having to stabilize with those hamstrings, which was 4 sets, 6 reps. Then I went into the cable wood chop, so I like to also call them trunk rotations. I'm trying to open that up, you know, those obliques up, and that's 3 sets, 10 reps each side. Then for my main movement, or for my warm-up, just biked, you know, for 10 minutes, got 2.6 miles in, just hopped on the bike, you know, I like to get the, you know, the blood pumping, you know, warmed up, it felt great on the body, and then I'll get into the main movement for the day. So before I got into the main movement, I actually did some knee flexion or knee flexion and hip flexion here as I am holding the band, and that was 3 sets, 10-second holds. I then went into the main lift, barbell squat jumps, 3 sets, 10 reps, 65 pounds, just trying to jump up as high as I can with light weight. You know, towards the end, you can see I'm getting tired, not getting up as high. I'd still like to be a little more explosive, you know, even squat down lower and just really push with those legs. I then went into my overhead shoulder press, 3 sets, 3 reps, 80%. This is 125 here. This is, you know, one of the exercises I would say I haven't seen the growth that I would like. So 2 sets, 3 reps, 40%. This was 65 pounds. Again, just trying to push it as fast as I can. Then 5 sets, 4 reps. This is the pins here, so I overload. I went up to 135. My max is 155, but again, this is that exercise. I'm not seeing the growth that I'd like. You know, I need to push myself more on the accessories, and that'll help. So I went into the Z press. I went with 40s here, and this was 4x6, 4 sets, 6 reps. Z press, overhead, neutral grip press is also what you can call it. So then I went into a dumbbell 6-way, 4 sets, 6 reps each way. This is 15, so I go out to the side and then bring them in, then up. As you can see, this one's killer. 15 pounds was a good weight to do. Almost, you know, I died. Then I went into the scarecrows. We've seen this in the, you know, previous videos a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. 4 sets, 6 reps, and that was with the red band. I then finished the core with ab wheels, rollouts. This is 3 sets, 20 reps, trying to extend out as far as I can. Great for the core, great for the lower back, and some shoulders in there. Guys, I already see a big difference in myself as I'm sprinting more, jumping more, getting a lot of more athletic movements in. I appreciate you guys supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.